Welcome. Today's lesson is about construction versus measuring. There are some pros and cons about construction versus measuring. Construction. The pros, the advantage of using the construction is that the construction is absolutely precise, assuming that you do the construction correctly. That's the advantage. It's precision. They are congruent figures. The disadvantage of a construction is it might take you a little longer than otherwise. The advantage for measurement is that you get a more rapid result. You see the results more rapidly. But the problem with that is, even though you get a result more rapidly, it's only an approximation. When you measure, you only get an approximation, versus when you do a construction, you get an exact congruent figure. These are the advantages and disadvantages of constructions versus measurement. I need to show you how to use a protractor to measure an angle. First thing I want to do is to measure angle ABC. We have angle ABC here. Remember, V is the vertex angle because that's the center letter. The protractor is divided into 180 degrees. It's a semicircle. It has a locator in the point, and you locate the vertex at this crosshair, and you line up this line all the way across with the bottom line. Then you read through and see what the angle measure is. For example, here's the vertex, so I match up the vertex to that point. I line up the vertex and this bottom line so that when this passes through the line over here at 180 or 0 degrees, I want to find the measure of this big angle. And I see that the measure of this large angle is 140 degrees. So the large angle is 140 degrees. To find the measure of this small angle, angle MBC, I repeat the same process. Line the vertex up with that point, line the 180 up here, and I read across here. This is halfway between 30 and 40. It says 40 and 140 and 150, but that's more than a 90-degree angle, and this is less than 90s, so we use the smaller numbers. It's halfway between, so it's 35 degrees. So the measure of angle MBC is approximately, because we measured, 35 degrees. Next, I want to calculate the measure of angle ABM, this remaining angle. Well, how do I do it? Well, I know if that entire angle, the big angle, ABC, is 140 degrees, if I just subtract the small angle, 35 degrees, from it, I'm going to be left with an angle, a measure of 105 degrees. Now, how do I verify it? How do I measure it? I do the same thing I did before. I line up the vertex point with my crosshairs here, line this up on the 180 degrees and the 0 degrees, and I find out that this crosses at approximately 105 degrees. It looks like 104, so we know it should be 105, and that illustrates the problem with measuring versus constructing. Go to Edmodo, find lesson 1.51, and complete the check for understanding.